welcome to the Silver Screen Show. Thanks for joining us. This is now episode 6. We've been going on for half a year. Great signs for the future. I'm once again joined by our show regulars, Mo and Parama. Hello.
Hello.
And also we have now a guest, Elenia, my friend from my previous job, colleague, who's been eager to help us out for a while now. And you're finally on here, so thanks for gracing us.
Thanks for finally letting me on.
I know. We have to build up a following first before we allow extras. Yeah. Right, anyway, so we'll go right into the reviews. The big blockbuster of probably one of the biggest blockbusters of the summer so far, Suicide Squad, was released. I'll throw you to deep end first. Elenia.
Thanks.
Your views?
Yeah, overall I really liked it. I had a really good experience in the cinema watching it. There were lots of laughs and we really enjoyed all of the scenes. I enjoyed the characters as well. I found that a lot of focus was put on Deadshot and Harley, but you also got the backstory from all of the other characters. And the storyline was very easy to follow. You know, you have Viola Davis, who's one of my favorite female characters.
I'll be honest, she did really well to make me hate her.
She was amazing, and she was she was shocking as well as being actually a really good actress.
I wanted her to die in the film. That's how much I hated her, and that's a great job.
But that's a good
if you hate her that much, you've done a good job.
Yeah. And she wants to put the Suicide Squad together because she wants because obviously the world is getting used to superheroes, but they can't do things that the bad guys do.
Let's start on that premise. Okay. You want to take down the next Superman in case he's evil, and you hire someone with a boomerang, someone with the skills to throw a boomerang better, and someone with a
how do you know the boomerang might be Superman's weakness? We don't know.
Oh yeah, a wood baseball bat would be his weakness, wouldn't it?
Pam, anything to add?
Yeah, so I agree with most of the things she said. A very enjoyable film.
That's one thing. Are you very familiar with the DC comic law?
DC
or are you new to this whole comic law?
I started watching it recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a nice view from the outside, looking in. So how did you find it?
Unlike Abdullah, he already said he's an established.
Yeah, he studied the whole
DC
entire
fan.
lineage.
Yeah,
so how did you find it from your perspective?
So like she said, the focus was on Deadshot, Will Smith, and Harley Quinn. So but I did like their characters the most.
Yeah, I think Will Smith definitely.
He banged it.
Yeah,
and
he really nailed it. This
Yeah.
I think I really wasn't too keen on this character. I didn't know who he was, but after this film,
Deadshot.
Yeah, Deadshot. So, but now after this film, he was the main reason. I can see why he dropped Independence Day for this film.
So I can give a view of not an insider, but a big-time DC fan who's been on this for a while now. And I thought Deadshot was really well portrayed.
And I like the parts, where they show the relation between him and his daughter.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
They brought a human element to it, didn't they?
Exactly.
And the interaction with him and Batman.
Yeah.
I like how they
that
put
too.
Batman into it as well.
Definitely. So
I thought Batman was
like the emotional side of the story. And I think
Elenia.
Sorry, I got that right now. Elenia would agree with me that the Joker, his part was, I think, over-exaggerated throughout the film. There was a bit too much of him.
Too much.
In the trailer, you thought he was going to be in it a lot, and then he wasn't.
I think that's my next question. The Joker. What did you guys think?
So I'm gonna say, why is the Joker even there?
Yeah,
so I'm a big-time fan. I mean, anyone is a big-time fan of Joker. One of the best
and all the
villains
hype
of all
in
time.
the trailers and the news.
And he's basically a glorified cameo character. There really isn't much to him. Almost all of his scenes are just flashbacks in Harley's mind. And then he's there for only 2 minutes, and then his helicopter goes down and he's dead.
I liked his portrayal. I liked Jared Leto as the Joker. It's a new Joker. It's different.
The gangster G Joker.
Kiss my ring kind of guy.
Godfather kind
Obviously,
of.
it's a bit of a subjective nature, whether you like it, but
I agree that if he wasn't the main antagonist that we were expecting from the trailers,
kick him out altogether.
Not altogether, because you need to see him to understand Harley and why she's the way
totally
she is.
Exactly. Crackpot.
But he should have been just restricted to the flashbacks.
I think the trailer portrayed him to be a villain, which was a wrong thing to do.
Oh, the editing was sly in the trailer. Maybe it was a direct confrontation between the squad and the Joker, but there really was no
and then
overlap.
He went, and Enchantress just came out of nowhere.
And
She was barely in the trailers.
Enchantress will move on to when it comes to the negatives of the film. Right?
Do you think the Joker's going to have a bigger part in the
Oh,
sequel?
he has to.
Oh yeah,
Because it does, right?
Yeah, he
But
definitely.
the ending
because,
kind of.
at the end. With the,
For me, the Joker wasn't really. He didn't really hit the mark. I understand they wanted to go for a more darker.
As opposed to Heath Slater or just.
Well, as opposed to Heath Ledger or even
Ledger.
the Heath Ledger or even the. Well, my version of the archetypal Joker, which is the Batman the Animated Series Joker.
The Mark Hamill one.
The Mark Hamill one.
Yeah.
Nothing beats that, and I can't really compare anyone to him.
Yeah.
But for me, this Joker was very much a third-rate rude boy gangster trying to do something in life, show that he can be cool, but eventually failing. And
I guess suppose it's like Cam, you can't really judge him too much on it.
But
But
you can't really blame Jared Leto for it. Because
he
it's much to do with editing.
Yeah, he has to work with what he's given.
Exactly, yeah. And he complained that almost every scene that he was in was cut in one way or another.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he was.
So they can put it in the DVD when it comes out. It's all marketing, don't worry.
But it's a similar opinion that I had of Harley as well, because although everyone loves Harley, everyone loves Margot Robbie, I found some of her scenes really cringy.
Cringy? How
Yeah,
so?
so the lines that she was given was like, okay, we get it, she's crazy.
Yeah,
you
she
don't
is, like,
have
you don't
to
have to prove it
You
again.
don't have to keep running that
Yeah,
home.
that's
It's
true. I
like,
totally agree.
Oh, the voices in my head are saying this,
Yeah,
etc.
yeah,
etc.
yeah, that-
And it was
that
just
line.
a little bit too much.
So I see it's like a mix of
True.
reviews here. It's
Yeah.
like it wasn't.
But her portrayal was great.
Yeah.
But I just think the
But the
lines were sometimes
psychoticness
a
was,
bit too much.
again, too much.
I suppose looking on the bad side of it, I got a few things I want to get off my chest because they
Well,
really.
I thought we were at bad side all the
But this is the official
I
bad
feel like,
side.
yeah.
Well, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I like the in total, I like the film. It was great fun to watch. You know, it's enjoyable.
Popcorn.
But some of the things just didn't make any sense. Like Enchantress was like, what are you? Why are you dancing around for? It just really killed the mood. It's like I'm just on the wall, like his body popping. You know, I'm like, what is this? Like the villain wasn't
and
very.
the brother.
The brothers made no sense. Like he just came out of nowhere, brother. Let's reclaim the
He
world
was
again.
the boss battle in this film.
But it's like let's take over the world. Like why? Like what's the backstory to this? And I suppose also one thing that I know is the editing. It's like some of the scenes just made no sense. You know the scene where Viola Davis, she's underwater, looks like she's gonna die, and then she just pops out of nowhere, looking fresh in a new suit, hair's done perfect. I'm like,
exactly. Even
wasn't she
hair is
like-
perfect.
Wasn't she upside down, like dying?
Wasn't she in Washington before everything started? And
That's
then
one
just
of the
turned up in
that's one of
middle
the problems with the
war
film. What are the chances that wherever Enchantress decides to take over the world is the same place where Amanda Waller is like stuck?
Well, I mean, obviously, Enchantress, for obvious reasons, has major beef with Amanda Waller.
Which they don't really.
You think, yeah,
Or
probably.
keeping your heart in a box.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
And then stabbing her plenty of times, yeah.
But you know, you mentioned the inconsistencies of the film, and there is a very good reason for it. I don't know if you know, the editing of the film was in shambles all the way through, and David Ayer had his version of what the film would be like, and then they released the trailer, and that changed the game because audiences reacted so well to the trailer that Warner Brothers.
They went more down the Marvel route, trying to make it a bit more funny.
Exactly, yeah. Warner Brothers actually brought the editors of the trailer to re-edit the film, and they had two versions of the film.
It's never good when you
And they had
start
to do
messing around.
reshoots and all this excess budgeting and everything just was in shambles. And
Right, okay, but
the film can't be good if
we need
such
to move
things
on.
go
We're taking a lot of time on this one, the film. So let's just go through our 3-word reviews. We'll start down the end.
So I'll say something about the supervillains whose like mission was to save the world against I mean, some other villains.
Yeah.
So they are like my 3-word review would be despicable yet loved.
Oh,
Who's loved?
The villains.
the squad.
Super-
The squad, man.
Oh,
the
Suicide
Suicide
The
Squad.
good villains, not the bad villains.
When you
The
said villains,
supervillains, what I meant.
I
I
suppose
mean,
you
they're
could call
bad
them
guys, right?
anti-heroes.
Okay, fine, yeah. There you go.
Right, Mo?
Mine would be, well, if I'm supposed to keep it within 3 words, it'd be something like ruined by post-production.
Fair enough.
Because it really was. I
Hyphenated.
saw.
Just going in there with the knife, man, just like...
I saw glimpses of a good film hiding somewhere there. David Ayer is a good director. He's done Fury, Training Days, those sort of things. But it was ruined by Warner Brothers.
You can have a segment at the end where you can just rant on about Suicide Squad. We'll put it on the internet afterwards. Your personal review. And Elenia?
I just thought, I really enjoyed it. It was a great film, but I think there were too many backstories.
Bit convoluted.
Yeah, so it was a bit overcrowded. So mine would be fun, silly, crowded.
Very crowded. I think mine was just enjoy it. Like, there's a lot of hype, a lot of people hating on it. Rotten Tomatoes everywhere.
Yeah.
So like it's not as good as this. I'm just
26%.
yeah, I'm just go out and watch it and have some fun. Don't be critical on every
I
film.
think
Have
we
a
are
good time.
nitpicking.
Exactly, have a good time. It's a summer blockbuster. It's not there
Yeah.
for like
Obviously,
the deep
yeah.
storyline.
Story,
And
yeah.
poor
Meant to be.
Slipknot, he was there for no reason whatsoever.
This is the best guy in the world. Comes and dies.
Oh, the guy who can climb anything.
Yeah.
The first guy who tries to climb it, he dies.
Yeah, he's like,
that was his only reason for being in the film. You log out,
oh,
you
got a
have
nice
to die.
paycheck out of it.
Who was your favorite character, by the way?
I wouldn't say Ali actually. Deadshot.
Deadshot.
Yeah.
Will Smith's that fight scene was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was gonna say, obviously, I would say Harley, but
Harley.
I think Deadshot really just sold it though. He has so much charisma.
Yeah,
He won over in the end.
Yeah.
Diablo.
Diablo, mine as well. I love that guy.
Yes.
He's got
He's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got
he's-
a great backstory. He's
Great
got a
backstory,
really
isn't
nice
it?
development through the film.
Exactly,
He's
yeah.
the one who pulls them together right at the end, and
Very
he has
much
the
so.
boss battle.
Has got mad fire skills.
Exactly.
Right. So let's move on.
Did you give your 3-word review?
Yeah, it was just
Oh.
enjoy it.
Oh,
Just
yes.
enjoy it.
Right. So moving on, we had another film come out, Lights Out, which directed by David F. Sandberg. If anyone's aware of him.
Well, this is his debut film.
Is it? Oh,
And
excellent.
in fact, I know the backstory to this Lights Out thing. So
Okay.
he was doing films on YouTube,
Okay.
and he had a short film called Lights Out back in 2013, which did something very similar to this premise, where someone turns the light out and there's someone
Yeah.
in the corridor. And this thing blew up so much that he got called by all these
Really?
producers, etc.
Oh.
And they said, "Why don't you do a big film of this?" And there we are.
Start somewhere small. Right. I'll mention that Mo and Pam haven't seen this film,
I
so.
swapped it with another.
So film,
film.
so she'll be a bit
Yeah.
quiet in this segment, so don't mind that. So right, let's go on. I'll start with this one. I like the concept of the film, the whole turn the lights off and on, and the monster is there. So some of the ways they shot it, like the tattoo parlor, sound was flashing on and off, and it's building up suspense of the
That was
monster.
very well done, wasn't
Also
it?
with the boyfriend at the end, the car lights. Let's put the car lights on to make the monster go away. Some of the filming in that sense was really great. I enjoyed that aspect of it. I think it's really well done. It's a nice concept. You don't really see that kind of
Yeah.
storyline much. I mean, what do you guys
I mean, one of the, like you mentioned, the car lights and the other things. One thing I really liked about the film is no one is dumb in this film. Because in horror film,
the boyfriend really did break a mold here, because I thought he was
Which
going to
one?
die. I thought this boyfriend's going to die.
Yeah,
I thought he's
died.
so dead.
Yeah.
But he didn't die.
that was very well done. And
Yeah.
That's really true. I hadn't actually thought about that.
yeah, I hate horror films where there is at least a dumb blonde or a dumb alpha male.
When she said you can move into my house, I thought that's it, he's dead.
Yeah,
Like in every
So did
film,
I, yeah.
he'll be
So
dead.
just enlighten me. How many characters are there? in
There
the
are,
film?
I think, in total in the film, I
About
think
5.
8 or so characters, like
Right.
including the people who die.
And all of them are intelligent.
All of them, yeah,
Except the
semi-intelligent.
police when they come in.
Oh yeah, but
got someone down.
You're right.
But let's be
police
honest,
were-
who's on the police and say, oh, there's a monster in there,
Yeah.
don't turn the
Yeah,
lights, it'll
who-
kill you.
yeah.
Obviously, the police are going to die. It's inevitable.
And yeah, the other twist in the film was very much in the beginning when the lady, the mother, is talking to someone and the child comes in. I thought that was very,
I think
that was well done.
I think
because
my angle on
they
that
could
is, I think they revealed it too early. I think they kind of showed it too early that
Yeah.
she can see this monster and she talks
Yeah.
to her. I think they should keep that on a bit longer,
So
rather
I
than like
actually- yeah.
opening 20 minutes, oh, it's just her crazy friend.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what it was.
I thought that was a interesting take because typically you'd have a psychological tension building and then the main ghost is revealed. But in here they tried to show that there was a different aspect to the ghost and the mother. And for me, although it made it more a thriller film than a horror film because they showed the things early, I thought it was an interesting
I,
take.
do,
and
yeah, I think
liked
that was the
it.
main reason. Like they show the monster right at the beginning, like, oh, God, you know, there's no suspense anymore. Like there's horror's not there because you
Yeah,
see, you know the
exactly.
monster can do, you know where it's at.
Yeah.
So,
That was my opinion. Personally, I'm not really a horror person anyway. So when I watched this film, I was like, well, I'm not going to be scared. And they, not bigging myself up or anything. But for me, it was just too quick. The film was really short.
for 90 minutes or so, wasn't it? Around 90
It wasn't even that. It was
Was
like
it?
an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Was it?
And it was like,
It's good.
but everyone dies.
Exactly.
Less
It's good.
scary. Yeah.
I think it's a bit rushed. I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
it
'Cause
was
like,
very rushed because it was like they reveal the monster right at the beginning, people die, then you realise that it's connected to the mother, you then understand their backstory, the kids get attacked, and then there's that
Bang, done.
big dramatic end scene in the
what's
house,
the
and then
story?
it's done.
The
So
storyline.
There was
structure,
no-
the narrative structure was very cliched,
there was
wasn't
no
it?
suspense, there was no
It's-
full sense
it was
of
definitely
security, there was no
interesting.
pause.
Like, how did they discover the monster's evil? It's in a box, like storage box.
Yeah.
Everything's inside there. They read it. 5 minutes, done.
Right.
Mystery solved.
That reminded me of like a really condensed version of The Ring, you know, when she goes back and
Yeah, absolutely.
finds
Yeah.
Samara's backstory.
I saw similarities.
But there
And
was
then-
no like. It was a bit. Obviously, 90 minutes. They kind of just
Yeah.
in and out.
And then
so.
also the whole thing about the monster being in the dark, that's been done before. There was like a film
It
called
has, yeah.
Them, where they came out of like cupboards and
Okay.
things like that. So It was okay, but
I agree to all you said, but as say countervailing considerations, I thought even though they did these cliche things, in fact, the end of the film has a pan-out shot of cops coming in. So it's a very much an American cliche. To be honest,
so they didn't show the monster because I thought they're gonna cop out. Usually they zoom out and the monster appears again.
Show the monster,
but surprisingly they just said no, monster's dead. I'm like,
that's one of the things I liked about the film.
Yeah, there's no cliche. It's a cliche like the monster jumps out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not dead. Sequel's coming out.
There was a genuine closure to the film. They weren't tying it in with a sequel.
There's not going to be a sequel with a really cheesy tagline.
The
Ouija 2.
The ghost daughter.
Right. Okay. Let's wrap this up. Abdullah, you wanna go with your review?
I thought. Well done horror. I'll just say that.
Well done.
Well done thriller, rather.
Yeah,
because it was more of a thriller for me.
Once the ghost was revealed, it wasn't really a horror film anymore.
Overly attached ghost.
It is true. Like the ghost really did love the mum. I'm like, okay, man, he had a friend.
This is my friend. She's not allowed to have a husband or children.
Obsessive ghost.
Yeah.
That does actually bring me to one point actually before we move on. Is in the beginning, spoiler alert, but the guy in the nightmare factory dies. Who works in a mannequin factory anyway? And you're asking to die.
Yeah.
But like
with spotlights, not even full floodlights. just spotlights. But
basically, so he dies. He gets grisly murdered. Like his body's ruined, and they just forget about it. I'm like, isn't anyone going to investigate how that happened? It's not just he just had his like throat slit and he's dead.
They do mention their father later in the film, but they don't say he's dead.
But I wonder how they drop his like he was actually ruined by this ghost, and he's like, he died.
Yeah.
At one point, the daughter just says, "Have you heard from father? Do you know where he is?"
That's the second.
There's two dads. She has a dad who ran off, but then you find out.
Okay.
Right. Anyway, that's not because I feel like he died and no one even mentioned him, like because he died in a really bad way. It's not something you just forget, like, oh, how did he die? His body got twisted inside out. Oh, okay, cool. Right, but mine would be...
I'd take that.
Sounds believable. Right, I think my review was wonderfully shot horror. I liked the film the way it was done. Just portrayed was great. And though it doesn't seem many horror films.
Nice.
The acting was also quite well.
Yeah, the kid was great.
The kid was good. And the girl herself.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it Teresa Palmer? Came out of nowhere. I don't know who she was.
I feel like I've definitely seen her in something.
She looks like that lead from Daredevil. Was it not Jessica Jones? That blonde chick.
Teresa Palmer. I've seen her somewhere. I can't remember where.
Right. So moving on, we've got a few other quick reviews. No idea. We'll IMDb later.
Yeah.
But so we move on to some quick reviews. Just anything else for this? So we'll let Pam take this section as senior Bollywood correspondent, only Bollywood correspondent, to be honest. So you watched Mohenjo-daro.
You didn't pronounce that? No, but I'll fix it for you.
That's your job.
It's Mohenjo-daro.
Okay.
And this is a very historic film. I'm surprised, I think all of you should have watched it. Or it's still in the cinemas, it's different. It's got no music and dancing like you were asking me before. Just probably one song.
Then is it Bollywood?
But,
I can't watch it then.
Surprisingly different and one of the best Indian films I've watched. So let's just get into the story. So it's set in 2016 BC. So just
quite a while ago.
Quite a while ago. And yes, it is the Indus Valley civilization during that time. So it's about a farmer, which is played by Hrithik Roshan, and he was living in a farm where he used to dream about a unicorn, one single-horned unicorn. Yeah, and basically there was a market going on in another city called Mohenjo-daro, which was a little bit far from where he was living. And he wasn't allowed to go there. So every monsoon season, he used to ask he was brought up by his uncle and aunt. He used to ask, why can I not go there? And they would stop him. But one day they agreed, and he went there, and he realized that he belonged there. Everything seemed familiar to him.
Okay.
And then he realized that he used to be, he got told by other people that he was the king, he was the ruler's. Like once upon a time, there was a ruler. Yeah, he was the ruler's son. So he was born there, and something happened, and he had to move.
So
and then the story goes on. It's got like a slight love story angle, which is not the priority.
It's going to have a love story, otherwise.
It has to have the romance. But
what are they going to dance to that?
But that is not the focus in the whole film. So the focus is about how the current ruler in that city, Mohenjo-daro, he was treating the people really badly, how he was like pushing them into slavery and everything. And back in the days, basically the farmer went for trading in the market, so there was no money wasn't invented, so they used to trade one thing for another. So it's quite interesting. Yeah, exactly. And then when he realizes that he used to be the good ruler's son, I mean, he tries to save the city.
Like reclaim his throne.
That sounds suspiciously like Prince of Egypt.
It does. To be honest, I also felt the same.
It's like exact same story of Prince of Egypt.
I was like, oh, why does it sound
You're
like
banished from the kingdom,
story.
you come back to
And,
save your people.
Yeah.
There's a bit of song and parting of seas.
And yeah, I think there is that scene as well. But it's Hollywood, Bollywood, and Bollywood is inspired a little bit by Hollywood.
Of course.
So I don't think it's a bad thing if they're trying to do something
great artists
good.
Still, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. So it is, you know, they're inspired by
anything you didn't dislike? Anything you didn't like about it?
Anything I dislike? I would say the love story. The girl, she's quite. I mean, she's a new actress, and her acting is not up to the mark because she's not really. She's not crying properly when she's supposed to cry. You know, I think
that's the basic of the job.
Like her lover is being beaten up by someone, and she's not even crying properly.
Maybe she's just a very strong, independent woman.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Or maybe she's got no emotions.
Yeah. Maybe she cried too much when she was a child, and now she doesn't let herself cry
She's
anymore.
holding back her tears.
So is this like a big budget movie, or is
it
it
is
more
a
like
huge budget film?
Okay.
Yeah, it is a big budget.
So it's kind of where they put this girl who's not really polished yet.
Yeah, she's new. She's a debutante. Yeah, so I mean, she's done her part well. I think she looks the part. I mean, she looks like those old age princes, like Game of Thrones. You know, they've actually copied a lot of looks from there.
That's not a bad thing.
That's not a bad thing. And I think it's a very good historic film, like which we.
So
everyone should go.
Free word review.
Free word review. I would say magnificent, royal, and astounding.
Astounding, fair enough.
Oh, that's like very strong injections.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I might have to check it out.
Deserves it.
Right, I think I would mention one film as well I've watched recently. It was called The Shallows. I'm not sure if you guys saw the trailers.
I watched the trailers. Yes.
It's about Surfer Girl.
I wanted to see it.
It's basically like Jaws.
But it was gone.
Is it about sharks?
It's about sharks. So like she gets trapped in the sea.
I love my shark films.
So she gets trapped in the sea and she has to outsmart the shark. So the film's basically based on just her and the shark.
Oh.
It's really cool. It's literally just her for the entire. Most of the film is just focused on her. She has to do the
like
carry.
Deep Blue, where they have the sharks.
Yeah, but this was more because it's just her survival on her own. So just to like manage, how she gets injured. She has to think of a plan to outwit this animal. And it's literally just the whole film just with her and the shark. It's really cool. Nothing else. So she has to carry the entire film, which is really hard to do nowadays. Yeah. But I think she's really because like the film was great. I think it's one of the best shark films I've seen for a while. Better than that Sharknado garbage. Which people just when they think sharks, they think of Sharknado now.
Hey, can't hate on sci-fi movies. Yeah.
But I think this film was really like I think the cinematography is amazing. Like the filming where they were, I think it's Australia. They filmed it in. It's beautiful, and I think that some of the shots underwater were great. And
did they act well?
Yeah, they was really well. And the shark was clearly CGI, but it was done like in a way that it didn't bother you. The shark was a bit crazy. It would attack her for the whole entire day. I'm like, no shark would like go after you for the entire day.
Oh, how long is she there in the water?
It's about one whole day, like day and night. So she's trapped on this one rock, and the sharks are circling, and it's got real mad beef with her. Yeah. That's the one part that it makes like, why does the shark really want to eat? Like,
it reminds me of something that I watched recently called The Reef. Okay. And it's about like a shark that's stalking these people who the like boat has capsized. They're trying to reach the reef, and then this shark is like following them and eats them. Yeah, it's like that's a determined shark.
So yeah, this film like I really like because it came under the radar. I didn't really think about it. It's not be that good, but I think if you guys find it anywhere, got some time, like
anything
Shallows. Disliked? Not much, to be honest. I mean, it was not really much.
You weren't expecting much.
Yeah, exactly. I can't really be overcritical of it. I thought
that's the best way to go into any film.
Yeah, I wasn't really ready to gun it down. I had no actual reviews on it, but I came up thinking, that's a really good film. I really enjoyed watching it. Nothing else to say, but I'll say if you stumble across it, definitely check it out.
What would your 3-word reviews be?
My 3-word review was move over Sharknado. You garbage. You garbage, man. Right. So
I'm not comparing with Jaws anymore.
Sharknado is now the standard, bro, which really annoys me now.
Shark films.
No, you can't forget Jaws. No.
Sharknado's got 3 films, man. It's a franchise.
Jaws has got loads.
4, right? Jaws has got 4.
It was 1980s.
There's a recent Jaws.
Was it?
We need a bigger bow.
Right, so that brings us to the end of the review section. So we'll do a quick preview section of next month. First up, I got Morgan, directed by Luke Scott, son of Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Brief overview. A corporate risk management consultant must decide whenever or not to terminate an artificially created human. So I've seen the trailer. It looks a bit of a mix of a thriller. Is it horror? Is it drama? I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
Well,
it's more like a thriller.
It looks a bit more.
It's like a supernatural thriller.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a horror, but I mean.
It's not totally horror, I think, right?
No, it's not.
No, it would be sci-fi or something. Well, I mean, Ridley Scott, the god of horror.
Exactly.
You'd expect him to go the similar way.
Yeah, so I think that's the main reason I kind of got a bit of interest in this film. I mean, this trailer's okay. It's not really silly, but I think with the name and the cast as well. It's got.
I like the premise though, artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it feels a bit like Lucy if she was in like a mental institute.
Yeah.
I love that film.
Well, because it is a humanoid thing, so they, it's a baby and then they grow up.
Yeah.
A lot of them have developed a kind of emotional attachment to this girl.
Yeah.
True.
And then
they must decide
she goes crazy.
Yeah. And I think they haven't revealed too much in the trailer of what power she exactly has.
Oh, they do reveal quite a bit, don't they?
They do, I think.
It's a lot of like telekinesis.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's about. I think it's not like very obvious like she's gonna kill everyone. So I think they kind of is she good or is she bad? They've kind of kept that a bit.
Yeah. It's a kind of.
She's angry, of course, or she'll be locked up in a thing the
I hope
entire.
it doesn't end like Lucy, where she can control literally universe
time.
itself.
You can control time because it brains 100%.
Yeah.
But that was just a dumb action thriller. So
You didn't
As
like
dumb
that
as it
one?
gets.
Lucy.
Lucy was great. I think
think
that
I
was like a
liked
dumb
it,
action
yeah.
film.
I liked it.
I'm
I
gonna
liked it
become
as well.
really clever and control
Too
time.
dumb for me.
It's a bit too dumb. I can't analyze this film. It's too stupid. Right. Next up, something that's really interesting is Don't Breathe.
Again,
that looks
I'm looking
amazing.
forward to
Yeah.
this. It's a similar thing, like
So-
someone who's.
Yeah, so the official.
This is a year for horror films, isn't it?
The official
Yeah.
We've had
Next
Shallows,
episode.
Lights Out.
Full of them.
Yeah.
Halloween special, innit? The next, or the
We
official
had Green Room in the beginning of the year.
official synopsis: a group of friends break into a wealthy blind man's house,
Blind
thinking
man.
they'll get away with the perfect heist. They're very wrong.
So I don't know if you guys actually saw the 360-degree trailer. There is a 360 trailer, so
Wow.
you can put it on your phone
And look around.
and you can look around. So
Wow.
it works very well with the premise of the film because the way the film works
Where'd
is
you get all these? You need to
there's
give me the link.
there's a blind man. There's a blind man. Burglars come into
Yeah.
rob his room. He turns the lights off, and now he's hunting them down. And so the trailer looks from the perspective of the burglars, and you can look around the dark room.
See them.
Yeah, and where is he? Where is he? There is sound coming from anywhere. So when I was watching the trailer and the 360 phone, I was just roaming around all the way up, down.
That looked
left,
great
right.
on the Oculus
great.
Rift, wouldn't it? The
Sounds
VR
Yeah.
You should
headset.
definitely try it out.
Yeah, you're right. There are a lot of good horror films coming out recently. I
Loads
mean,
of them,
Lights
yeah.
Out, Conjuring, as you said.
Conjuring was
Green
good.
Room.
Yeah,
Green Room.
there's
That got very high reviews.
Yeah,
Green Room is
we
one to
might do a
see.
little Halloween special next month for the
I think we should have
October.
all horror
For the
films
October,
the
coming
next episode.
fancy
Yes.
dress as well.
I like this because it's the whole switching of roles. Like he's very vulnerable, and it's
Yeah.
it's a similar premise to Morgan. It's like here's this vulnerable person. What should we do with them? We need to dispose of them, and then it's like, oh no, wait.
I'm the gangster.
I'm
here.
the
Take
big
care of
badass
themselves.
now.
Look out for yourselves now.
Yeah.
And the guy who's playing the blind man, who's the military hard man.
He's awfully
from
jacked up
Avatar.
for like a
He
He's
was,
the-
that's why he looked familiar, yeah.
Yeah, and
He's from
he
Avatar.
the general.
he's just going to be insane. And
Yeah.
I hope he comes up with some weird like torture
Torture plans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
The dark sense of humor.
well, let's hope the trailer lives up to the hype.
The trailer was cool.
Yeah.
Really
The trailer
cool
was
stuff.
really
Very
good.
good.
You guys should
Impressed
definitely
me,
check out
yes.
the 360-degree trailer.
I will.
Definitely will
With the
do
lights
that.
on though.
Right after.
Right, next up, one I'm really looking forward to actually, for the best one film next month, The Magnificent
I think
Seven.
I'm the only one who's not looking forward to it.
You can glares from the
Sorry,
producer
guys.
right now.
Chris Pratt.
Definitely.
The cast-
Not go
It's a
wrong.
remake of the
Washington.
classic Western film.
Yeah.
The cast is stellar. It's got Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, Vincent D'Onofrio, Wilson Fisk from Daredevil, as I like to call him. And it's got the
And the horrible guy from Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. So it's basically a bunch of, let's say, gunmen who come together to
Misfits.
save. Yeah, misfits come together,
Misfits.
form some team. Let's call
To
them the
save the
Avengers.
village. That's been,
But yeah, I think this film, I really wasn't feeling it until I saw some of the trailers. 'Cause I wasn't not too familiar with the previous incarnations of the film until I saw some. Wow, this cast alone sells
And
it to
even
me.
if you look at the director, I was reading up on him. He did
Antonio
Anton Fuqua.
Fuqua.
He did Equalizer, Olympus Has Fallen,
love
King
Equalizer.
Arthur, Tears of the Sun, Training Day, Southpaw, and Usher Live.
Usher Live.
best portfolio, but some of them are pretty good.
Oh,
South
Equalizer
Pole
is-
Equalizer was
Equalizer,
I
Equalizer
watched
as
it,
well.
yeah.
That was Denzel
definitely
Washington. I
nice.
can see where they got that
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
So therefore, sure, Chris Pratt was anything he's in, I'll be definitely watching.
Yeah,
So
he's always the comic relief.
he's great charisma. Right, and finally, Kubo and the Two
Two
Strings.
Strings.
Yeah, this film really wasn't too. It just came out of nowhere. I just noticed it on the reviews online, like a really big film in the US. So
And
I
you
checked it
said
out.
it's got no like big name.
It's not Disney,
Not
it's
Disney,
not
not Warner
Pixar, it's not
Brothers.
DreamWorks.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
really
done by
attached.
an
Yeah.
unknown, well, not
So
unknown.
basically,
But it looks cute.
so the film is basically about a
Looks
young
amazing.
young
Light-hearted
warrior
film.
named Kubo, who actually just sets a new adventure. Basically, I think it's got ancient Japan feudal theme to
Yeah.
it, and the cast is amazing. Charlize Theron, Ralph Fiennes, Matthew McConaughey,
Oh wow.
George Takei.
George Takei.
Sort of.
I wish
Love
they had
that
a
voice.
few more Japanese voice actors here instead of.
Let's not
big
go into
name
that. Let's not go
names.
into that's another storyline
Yeah.
too.
Ralph Fiennes is going to be the evil guy. I guarantee it. It
Yeah.
has to be.
And it's a stop motion film
I
as
hope
well.
he doesn't do the voice of Voldemort. As long as he doesn't
No.
do that, I'm happy.
I don't think you can do an ancient Japan Voldemort voice. But I think what I liked about him is it's stop motion. It's not
Yeah.
the general.
Really?
Yeah, it's stop motion film.
Oh,
So
really?
they built
Okay.
everything
Yeah,
for the
It's
film.
the was
Oh,
the
it's
same-
hybrid. It's 3D stop motion.
I see. Okay.
But I've
It's,
seen-
it's
Like the
directed
Lego
by
film.
it's directed by the lead animator of Coraline.
Right.
Is
So
it? I
it's
love that
his-
film.
It's his first
God, that is
direction
such a good
gig,
film.
Oh, you
and he was
watched
lead
that.
animator in
Yeah.
Coraline, Box Trolls, Paranormal.
I watch Box Trolls.
All
yeah.
of them are good films.
Yeah,
Exactly,
so
and
Yeah.
it's that guy. He was
I
the
see.
lead
Perfect.
animator.
so yeah,
I need
so
to check this
definitely
out.
check it out. I think
It's
probably-
got very high ratings on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think it's. I
Yeah.
think he was. I think
over
I-
90% or something.
Yeah.
Why
so-
why do so many kids' parents have to die for them to do something really cool?
That's
Well-
Batman. Everyone is
So I
always
suppose
looking at
that's why we don't
Superman.
do anything cool.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I'm happy to sit here.
I
and do
don't
the
I don't
show.
want to say it.
Right.
I'm quite happy the way I am.
Yeah.
Anyway, that brings an end to this show. Thanks for joining us. A lot
It's
of
been
fun,
great having
guys.
being here.
Once again, thanks everyone for joining us. Hope you had fun, and see you again next month on the Silver Screen Show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.